Hello everyone, this week's Parashat Bo, Chodesh Tov. One of the most striking images in Parashat Bo is the instruction for the Israelis to eat the Passover meal in haste. Your loins girded, your sandals in your feet, and your staff in your hand. This detail might seem small, but it conveys a profound lesson. True liberation, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, requires both internal preparation and the willingness to act swiftly when the moment arrives. After centuries of slavery, the Israelis could easily have been paralyzed by fear or disbelief. Instead, they were told to be dressed and ready to go, symbolizing an attitude of openness and alertness to what God was about to do. Yet, readiness doesn't end with a mindset. When we study this passage, we see that redemption is not just about waiting for a miracle. It's about taking active steps. God didn't simply free the Israelis without their involvement. They had to follow specific instructions, placing the blood of the Passover lamb on their doorpost, preparing and eating unleavened bread, and being prepared to leave Egypt at the moment notice. Each of these actions reflected a partnership with the divine plan. Why are these seemingly simple acts so important? Because they teach us that faith is not passive. Yes, God performs the miracles, like striking down Egypt's firstborn or splitting the sea. But the people must do their part as well. By placing the blood on their doorpost, they publicly declare their trust in God's promise of protection. By baking the matzah, they commit to leaving behind the old ways of Egypt even before freedom is fully realized. These deeds transformed the Israelites from mere spectators of miracles into active participants in their own redemption. In our own lives, these lessons remain powerfully relevant. Too often, we found ourselves hoping for change, wishing for some sudden rescue from a difficult situation, yet neglect to make the small, tangible moves that prepare us for transformation. The Passover story reminds us that genuine deliverance often arrives in tandem with our willingness to obey, to trust, and to take decisive steps. It requires a heart that's ready and a hand that's willing to act. So, as we reflect on Parashat Bo, let's remember that it's not enough to simply believe that freedom is possible. We must prepare ourselves spiritually and practically and remain alert to the opportunities God places before us. And when those moments come, we're called to move swiftly in faith, doing our part to bring about redemption. After all, the most significant miracles in our tradition often hinge on the simple willingness of ordinary people to heed the call and step forward. Shabbat Shalom and Chodesh Tov.